Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. It is a cold, snowy, and icy day here in Indiana, and since I had to call into work because I couldn't even get into my truck to get to work, I figured I would knock out a few reviews that I've been meaning to do, and also a kind of a newer release, I should say, that really impressed me, and I really wanted to give my thoughts on it, and that's going to be this first one here, and that is Begravement with their Anaphylaxis demo. Now, if you are not familiar with this band, they are a four-piece death metal band from the St. Paul, Shoreview, Minnesota area. Been around since 2018, featuring Owen Hyber. Hopefully I said your last name right. If not, I apologize. On guitars, Ezra Blumenfeld on guitars and vocals, Matt Schrampfer on bass and vocals, backing vocals really, and Grady Wessling handling the drums. And it should be noted that actually 3 of the members of this band are all under 20 years old, about 18, 19 years old each. Grady is actually the oldest at 23, so relatively young band, not only in terms of how long they've been around, only about 4 years now, but also just in the makeup of this band, so that is really cool. This is the band's second demo overall. They do have a previous EP that came out not long before this, but this demo here is 3 tracks, just under 15 minutes in length, and was only limited to 50 copies on CD put out by the band themselves. And yeah, I was super impressed by this demo. The opening riff to it is, and honestly, the whole opening to this demo itself sounds a lot like Zombie Ritual by Death, which is really cool because that is one of, if not my favorite song by Death. The guitar work and the tone here are really solid, mixing the fast-paced riffing with more mid-pace, kind of galloping moments and these slow, chuggy riffs at times, and even have almost melodic elements in their sound as well, and some nice pinch harmonics, nice tasty solos throughout this whole demo. Good example of that is track number 3, Anaphylaxis. At the 157 mark, there's this really cool solo that's kind of nice and slow that slowly turns into like a duo solo a la Priest at the 216 mark. And then at 426, another much faster guitar solo comes in with a nice whammy bar finish at the end of it. I thought there was a really good bass tone on this demo, thick with a slight kind of technical feel to it, and just right up in the mix and very easily heard throughout all 3 tracks. I really like the drum production on here, especially the kick sound. There's some really nice pattern rolls and fills, lots of great double bass work. Again, going back to track number 3, Anaphylaxis. At the 405 mark, there's this really cool double bass section. When you combine that with that guitar riff that's going on around that time, it really reminded me of Cannibal Corpse, and that alone is not the only kind of Cannibal Corpse sounding thing I found on this demo. The vocals really reminded me of Vile era Corpse Grinder, and I like how they mix them with these really nasty sounding screams that kind of reminded me of one of the other great vocalists of death metal, in my opinion. That's Trevor Sturnad of the Black Dahlia Murder. Excuse me. Apologies for that. Phone was ringing. Never fails. But yes, so all of this great musicianship topped off with vocals that reminiscent of 2 of the greats in the death metal scene, Corpse Grinder and Trevor Sturnad. Can't go wrong, in my opinion. Overall, I think this is just an absolutely fantastic demo from some really talented dudes that prove that while you may be young, that doesn't mean you can't crank out some really quality death metal. I'm really hoping that this band gets signed to a label and put out a full length at some point, as I see a lot of potential here, and I will be definitely on the lookout for some more material from them. And I gotta say cheers to the classy one himself, Lonnie, because it was because of him that I discovered this band. I will leave a link down below to their Bandcamp so you can check it out for yourself. Not quite sure if there are any copies of this left. I think maybe there might be, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been to their Bandcamp, but regardless, I will leave a link down below. Go check this out. I give it a solid 9 out of 10. And yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.